So how does the visa for the skilled worker envisaged in the 2022 SONA, also known as the Nomad visa, how does it differ to existing skills visas that we have available in South Africa?
Well, I think what we're going for is somebody who is really just here temporarily, and their main connection is simply through the internet, and they're not really, standard employees. I think that's what they're really going for. So the Nomad visa, he lives by his laptop. So that's essentially what they're looking for. And there's a big push now since COVID. Can you work via your laptop and come to the country based on those level of skills? So you're looking for an IT kind of person, but that's generally what you're looking for in the Nomad visa.
So take us through some of the challenges or snags that have taken place around this Nomad visa, which was announced, in 2022. That's 2 years ago. What are some of the snags, including the whole issue of a lack of public consultation?
Well, look, I think you should have some public consultation. And I think my big promise, I don't see anything wrong with a Nomad visa, but unless we're really clear what we're looking for and why we're looking for it. So what's the benefit of somebody just coming here and working off of their laptop? My assumption is that you want them to spend here. That's what you want them to do, if they're just purely that. And so they spend money here and they've come in, they're like, it's sort of like a tourist kind of visa. But the problem here is you're talking about skills. So are you looking for IT skills as an IT skills visa, or are you looking to just have people spend money here while they're working? And if they're doing that, whose money are they spending? Are they spending South African money, or are they spending foreign money? So I would imagine the concept is that if you have somebody come to South Africa and they're getting paid from money abroad, and here they are, and they're just looking for a vacation-y kind of work lifestyle, that they're going to spend the money here locally, and that will contribute to the economy.
Yeah. So
I think that's what it is.
So Keith, ideally, I mean, no doubt you've looked at other jurisdictions that also want to attract similar types of people. What would the ideal setup be for South Africa, where it's a win-win, not only for the Nomad worker, but also for the local economy as well?
Yeah, well, I think it should be limited that what you're really trying to do is get somebody here who, I'm not sure about the timing, but that they're being paid from abroad. They're earning money outside of South Africa, but they've chosen to live here as a matter of lifestyle. And that is the ideal person that you're trying to get, if that's what it's all about. If you're looking for an IT person, then that should be a critical skills on the IT. And that would be the basis of it. The difficulty will be there's some tax issues, of course, we'll get to in a moment. But the idea is really just trying to attract, it's sort of like a tourist visa in my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if the proponents really understand what they're trying to get. That's the difficulty.
Yeah, so let's get down to the tax issues, the complexities there. How do you envisage this working out? What do you think the government should be doing?
Well, you keep using the word regulation. It's not a regulatory or a technical problem. It's a legal problem. So the way the tax system works is South Africa will tax people if they're residents here, or if they earn money by rendering services here. So let's say somebody from a tourist visa comes in, or whatever, they come in with a remote worker visa, and they start working in South Africa. And let's say they're working for a German employer. And they're a German employer all along, and they get paid by the Germans. Well, the problem is they're rendering the services here. And if they're rendering the services here, the Tax Act says that they will be taxed here. And what I think the Department of Home Affairs right now is pushing for is relief from that tax of rendering services here. Now, from a government point of view or a SARS point of view, then going, well, if you and I work here, we get taxed by South Africa, but this guy is not because he's a remote worker. And that might not go down very well as a matter of fairness. Now, my feeling is that should be okay if you're paid abroad by a foreigner. So if it's a German company or American company, all the money is coming from abroad, well, that's fairly good. And maybe that should be exempt.
So what's the big deal? What's the big deal then? Don't we have these double taxation agreements with nations to ensure that somebody is not subjected to tax twice?
Well, that's different. So a double taxation would say you tax first where you render the services, and then the second country, Germany, should give a tax credit. So that would provide relief on the other side, but it wouldn't do anything on the South African side. So, and the treaty doesn't give you the relief that you're really looking for. What I think these people are really looking for is they're foreigners who are earning foreign money, and they're coming to South Africa and they want to be exempt from South African tax. And a treaty will not do that.
And then the last thing, you say that, you know, they're coming here sort of to enjoy the lifestyle, but they're human beings. You know, you need somewhere to live, you need to go shopping, you need to buy food, you're going to be subjected to indirect taxes, even if you're not subjected to the direct tax. So surely that is still a win-win.
Well, yes, so that's what people would say. You're going to get the indirect tax. So the proponents would want to set up something that would say, if you come here, you provide, you're earning foreign money and you're spending it here, you're getting the VAT, and that should be okay. So a similar group of people, without being remote workers, are retirees. And that would also do that. But we've traditionally not been in favor of that. And sometimes what happens is when foreigners come here, they bid up the prices. So one of the complaints is, like Cape Town, one reason why the prices are so high is the foreign money is going in and jacking up all the prices. So there can be a negative thing. But if you believe in trying to get the foreign money, then you have to exempt them from income tax. And that's what you would have to do. So let me just get rid of that. But it's a bit of a policy issue, because also what happens if you're a South African and you earn money for doing remote work for a German company? Should that also be exempt? So there's some issues of fairness. But look, if you want to promote that kind of investment, sorry, there's a plane overhead. If you're trying to promote that kind of foreign investment, then you've got to make some sacrifices. But what you need to do is be very clear exactly what you're giving up and what you're getting. And oftentimes the people who want to promote these incentives, they push it too far and they're really not clear what they're getting.
Yeah. Very complicated indeed. But thank you so much, sir, for your time and your insights. That was Keith Engel. He's the CEO of the South African Institute of Taxation.